Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have Tribrigade Gladiator Beasts. Now it's very consistent. They can put up some decent amount of negations. And before starting with the video, remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, as it really does help the channel. And let's go straight to it. So to start off, we are going first. So we start off with a copy of Tenki, getting the search for a copy of Andal. Now I did do a bit of a misplay here. I'll explain later. But first we go for Rescue Rabbit, go into Andal, link into Link Spider to summon the Andal from her hand, and then we go into Test Panther. Now to the naked eye it seems, oh, that's perfectly fine. You have Test Panther plus a Gladiator Beast. That's pretty good. But you see, with our Tribrigade we probably could have done a lot better by summoning Rescue Rabbit from her hand using the Tribrigades. But it's fine. We can still do some pretty nice stuff. We're going to use Fractar, get search for Keros, and then we're going to be dumping Darius in our hand to summon itself. Next, we can go ahead banish 3 for some more Bird Sovereignty. Then we use Union Carrier in order to get a Thunderbird. So we have a pretty nice board right here. We have Infinite Negation plus an extra Monster Negate, and Domitianus. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Domitianus. I'm just gonna call it Domitianus. It makes you choose your opponent's attack targets, so you can't really lose your Thunderbird. So they're gonna activate Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. That will get negated, and then we can just summon Thunderbird back. He's gonna activate Spellbook of Secrets, negate, and that's gonna get negated again. So now he just ends his turn, and we kind of just switch that to attack and go straight to battle phase. We deal some damage, and then he activates New Mon Wall. I tried to negate it, but he has Solemn Strike, unfortunately, so that won't be going through. He ends battle phase. I activate Tamer Editor, but that gets Solemn Strike again, so he just lost 3,000 life points. During the end phase, we're just going to get some more for a copy of Equesta. I just summoned that because why not? He activated Nearmon Wall. I tried to negate with Domitianus, but he just has the Imperm. He summons a few things. Every single Nearmon gate. He attacks me. I Imperm that, so it loses the ability where it can be destroyed by battle. I activate another one where it loses the ability to not get destroyed by battle. And since he only has 2 gates, he cannot make Zexal. And on top of that, all of those will get banished during the end phase, and I can swing for a game. And just a pretty nice back and forth right there, and just the Gladiator Beasts are super good at running up a nice couple of negations. So let's go straight to our next replay. Now, for our next replay, we are going second against a Dogma Invoked. He has Alistair, of course. He has 2 hand traps, and he has Invocation in case his Alistair gets hand trapped. So he starts off with the normal summon of an Alistair, and then I Imperm that, but he has the Invocation in his hand, so it doesn't really matter too much. He's going to go into an Almirage, the Secure Garna, and an Invocation into a Mikaba. He's going to go ahead activate his thing. He'll get his Alistair, he sets Imperm and passes. I negate his Mikaba, so he loses 1 negate. I activate Unexpected Die. He ashes my die, which I feel that you should have a little bit of insight on what deck your opponent's playing, and then ash it. I feel that that's how you should have done it, but I guess Imperm is useless against it. If I was playing something like Phantasm Spiral, then that Unexpected Die would have eventually just killed him, because I'm playing Phantasm Spiral. So I'd say in some scenarios that would have been a good play, but once again, I think I should have just done the Fractar into Felgid and then some Rescue Rabbit from my hand later. He imperms my Test Panther, but I have my little Tribrigades, so I can still just play through it. We're gonna go into Union Carrier, equip our Thunderbird from there, attack over his Mikaba, and then attack for some damage. During the end phase, Simorgul trigger, summoning out Apex Avion, and now just like that he concedes because he cannot do anything. Infinite is just really good, and this deck can get him out pretty consistently with your Tribrigades. Tribrigades also just really help your the consistency of Gladiator Beast as a whole, as they can get more extenders in the form of Felgid and whatnot. So that was our second duel. Let's go to our last one now. For our last duel, we're up against Gimmick Puppets. gimmick puppets. That's all I'm going to say. So now we are going to go first. We have a pretty decent hand, even though it looks like we have 2 dead cards, Naval and Augustus. But no, it's not. We negate the Feljet, our Naval will get search for Chaos. We're going to activate Gladiator Proving Ground, summoning something. A Feljet will summon Rescue Rabbit from her hand, getting out 2 copies of Gladiator Beast and all. Next we can go into a Test Panther, searching out your Gladiator Beast comeback. Next we're going to be discarding Augustus in order to summon Chaos. Then we're going to use Test Panther in order to summon Augustus. Augustus will summon the Darius in our hand, and Darius will summon the Augustus in our graveyard. So that's pretty nice. Next we can go into Tamer Editor, which will summon out a copy of Domitianus. Next we can go ahead into Tribrigade Appaloosa, then summon a copy of your Simorgh British Sovereignty. Now we have Union Carrier, which we can equip our Thunderbird with, and that's a pretty nice board. Even if our Infinite Negates gets Kaiju'd, we still have 4 negates, which is very good. So we're going to be negating his Twin Twister. I feel that he first should have done something like activate his Gizmek Orochi, bait out my negate, but then chain his Twin Twister. I feel that was something he did wrong, or he should have just Kaiju'd me in the first place. So now he's gonna go ahead, try to activate some effects that will all get negated, and he proceeds to concede. The only card he has in his hand is Swords Chilled Limit Dragon. Now that's gonna matter because if he just summons it and passes, I believe I have enough to OTK anyways. So the deck does have tons of OTK potential just following up because of the sheer amount of beefy boys they put up on the board. So very consistent deck, and does put up a nice couple of negations. So let's go straight to the deck profile now. Right here we have the deck, pretty consistent. We have tons of search cards, like our copy of Proving Ground, and Tanky. Fractar can also be counted as a search card because you can just dump Naval. We have cards that can extend from the deck, such as our Rescue Rabbit and Unexpected Die, and just a pretty nice deck in general. So we start off with our Mist Valley engine, 1 Avion and 1 Thunderbird. The main reason I play this is because you can just fit them into any Tribrigade deck, just because Infinite Negates never harmed anyone, you know, apart from your opponent. So next we run 3 copies of Andal. This is very powerful. Not only is it a 1900 beat stick, most people just run away by looking at that. It's vanilla, so you can summon them off Rescue Rabbit and Unexpected Die, and plus you can summon Test Tiger from your hand if you want. 2 copies of Augustus. Augustus is just a very nice card to have. Not only does it ensure that you have 1 copy in your deck for Test Panther, it's also not a half bad card to draw because you can just summon Augustus off Augustus, and since it's almost returned, you can use Augustus's effect again to summon another Gladiator Beast, which is very nice. 2 copies of Noxious. I would run 1 copy of Noxious, but since it's level 5 and you can't really search it off Proving Grounds or Tanky, I just play 2. The main reason for playing this is because it does fill your graveyard up with Beast Warriors for your Tribrigades. 1 copy of Darius. This is a very good combo extender. Just in case you have something like an Augustus in your hand, in your graveyard, you can just summon it off Darius, and there you go. You have more plays you can do. 1 copy of Equeste. The main reason we run 1, it does come up in 1 certain combo, and it can return any Gladiator Beast card, not necessarily a Gladiator Beast monster. So you can just return Gladiator Beast, come back, and summon another monster from your hand or graveyard, which does come up sometimes, and doesn't negate the effect. So that is where it can come up to be better than Darius. So that's something nice, I guess. 1 copy of Bestiari. Bestiari, not only does it get a free pop, it also can go into Gazarus, which is 2 free pops. So that's very nice. 1 copy of Atorix. This is really just to go into your Tamer Editor, and it has similar function to Noxious, but we only play 1 of it over 2 Noxious, mainly because you can search it off Proving Ground and your Tanky. 2 copies of your Test Tiger. Not only is this an excellent extender, it also comes up in the combo, which I guess I'll show at the end of the video, I guess. Just a very nice card to have. The only reason why we play 2 is because the combo is kind of a 2.5-ish combo, 2.5 card-ish combo. So we run 2 of it because it's kind of useless if you don't open any Gladiator Beasts. Plus it's already 42 card deck, so I don't want to I don't want to take my chances. 3 copy of Gladiator Beast Comeback, probably one of the best cards in this deck, just for summoning any Gladiator Beast from your graveyard. On top of that, it's not once per turn and it's searchable off your Test Panther. 3 copies of Proving Ground, summon searches any of your good Gladiator Beasts, so in case you need Gladiator Beast for something like a Test Tiger, or you need a target for your Link Spider by searching your copy of Andal. Proving Grounds does everything. That's our Gladiator Beast engine. For our Tribrigade engine, we run 3 Fractar, 2 Naval, 1 Keras. That's our main ratio. Fractar normally dumps our Naval and then gets a search for something. So we've already filled our graveyard with 2 Winged Beast Warriors. So that's pretty nice. Keras summons itself from your hand and you can dump cards into your graveyard for cards like Darius, which is very nice. Next, for extenders, 3 Rescue Rabbit, 2 die, and 1 Monster Reborn. The main reason for 2 die is because you don't really want to necessarily see it too much with your Rescue Rabbit, mainly because it does get kind of iffy using all 3 copies of your Andal. So just 3 Rabbit and 2 die. 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is just an excellent extender, and this deck does really need as many extenders as it can get. 3 copies of Tanky, searches anything really, anything you want. And 3 copies of Call by Grave for hand traps, and finally 3 copies of Imperm, so we just don't lose going, we don't auto lose going second. For extra deck, we run 2 copies of Domitianus. This is just a nice card, and on top of that, if you're going, if you're able to trigger your Tamer Editor twice, you might just summon 2 copies of Domitianus depending on your matchup. Sometimes you summon a Heraclinos instead, so that's something. So 2 Domitianus. 1 copy of Heraclinos, basically just a spell trap negate. 1 copy of Tamer Editor summons any of your Gladiator Beast fusions, and 1 copy of Gazarus, a free pop 2. For our link 4s, we just run 1 copy of Appaloosa. You're pretty often able to get a link 3 or 4 Appaloosa. 1 copy of Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty. Usually you will just summon this off your Tribrigades, but sometimes with your Gladiator Beast with cards like Equeste and Augustus, you can just hard summon it either way. 1 copy of Lugal. Sometimes Lugal does come up, not too often. Then I'm just taking that out for a copy of Shrike. That was a mistake on my part. So put in Shrike too, because on summon it just banishes the card for free. 1 copy of Union Carrier for Infinite Gates. 1 copy of Felgid. This is a very good extender that you can summon off your Tribrigade, summoning anything you want. You can even summon a Rescue Rabbit, which just summons 2 more cards, which is absolutely insane. 2 copies of Test Panther. You kind of need to in case your first one gets impermed on its very first effect or something. So 2 copies of Test Panther for sure. 1 copy of Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is a very underrated card in this deck, just being able to summon a free monster from your graveyard. It also comes up in the combo I'm going to show you. And 1 copy of Link Spider. Link Spider is mainly for your Andal and just getting other copies out of your hand, so that's one thing. And finally 1 copy of Link Karibo in case you draw a Naval and you don't have any other extenders, so that can come up sometimes. And I guess we'll go to our combo tutorial now. So right here we have our Test Tiger combo. In case you're wondering if we have a combo with Test Tiger, why don't we just play 3 of it? Mainly because we have Tribrigades, and Tribrigades basically facilitate a similar use, just summoning free monsters. So right here it looks like we just have Test Tiger and nothing else. We'll start off with our Proving Grounds in order to get us our search for a Torix, and then we activate Tanky, and in order to get a copy of Gladiator Beast Andal. Now this is not what you should do. I'm purely doing this just for demonstration purposes. You should just search a copy of Fractar if you can. I'm going to ignore this unexpected die and impermanent in my hand. So we start off with normal summoning our extra Gladiator Beast. This can be anything. Then we special summon our Test Tiger. This can be either a Torix or Noxious, either one, so that's one thing. We're going to activate Test Tiger in order to shuffle back our copy of Andal and summoning a copy of Augustus. We're going to be using our copy of Augustus in order to summon out a Torix. A Torix will trigger dumping a copy of Augustus in our graveyard. This is partially important because we need our graveyard later. Now we're going to actually go into Tamer Editor. If I can do that right here. We won't go into Test Panther, we'll go into Tamer Editor, and now we're going to be summoning a copy of Gazarus. this can be anything really. I'm just going into gas risk because it's the weakest one right now. But next we go into test panther in order to get a search for a copy of comeback, and now we're going to be activating our copy of comeback in order to revive back our tamer editor, because it is a soft once per turn. Now we're going to be using its effect in order to summon a copy of Domitianus, and then we'll use the effect of our test panther in order to shuffle back our Domitianus and summoning a copy of a quest. Now a quest will trigger, it brings back any Gladiator Beast card, so we can bring back our comeback. Next we link into Cross Sheep, and now since we have come back again, we can summon our tamer editor for the 3rd time this turn, and not only that, it also triggers our Cross Sheep, summoning back our test tiger. Now we're going to activate our tamer editor once again, summoning a copy of Domitianus, and then we can use our test tiger in order to tribute itself and shuffle back a quest into the hand in order to summon a copy of Darius, if I can find him, Darius. And now we're going to activate Darius's ability in order to revive the Augustus that we sent to our graveyard earlier. Now since we have Wing Beast, we can go into copy of Simorg, and then we can go into a copy of Union Carrier. That's a very flexible combo, and if Test Tiger can do this, as I said, the main reason why we don't just play 3 Test Tiger is because it's a rather situational hand, and you also you can also do similar things with your Tribrigades. So I think I did the right call just cutting it down to 2. So this is kind of a quick combo you can do. You know, always just do whatever you want. You can change the deck however you want, and just remember to hit that subscribe button, and it really does help. So I'll see you next time now, shall we? Bye bye.